तो ठीक किया, आवाज़ ठीक आ रही है ना? ये फ़ैन की आवाज़ तो नहीं आ रही है ना भाई रिकॉर्डिंग में? भाई का कुछ नहीं हो सकता। हो गया? हाँ. Hi, hello, namaskar, I'm Sumedha and you're watching Messy Girls. I am back after a very long time, I guess after 3 weeks. I haven't been posting anything. Hi, hello, namaskar, I am Sumedha and you're watching Messy Girls. Today I am back after, I guess, 3 weeks. Yes, a very long time, right? But I am back finally. So, today I'll be doing a book review of, you must have seen in the thumbnail and the title. So, let's get into the video. So, I'll be reviewing the 3 books that is called Shiv Trilogy of Amish Tripathi. What do I even say about this author? My goodness, he has written the book so nicely. The scenes and everything is written so nicely that you really can imagine it. So, not wasting your time too much, let's start it. So, the first book of this trilogy is The Immortals of Meluha. So, in this book, it's mentioned about a guy named Shiva who is from a Tibetan Tibetan one group called Gunas. He comes to Meluha, and when he reaches to Meluha, Meluhans have a tradition. If a foreigner or anyone comes to Meluha to settle there, then they have to drink a drink called somras. So when this guy Shiva drinks that somras, his neck turns into blue, for which he is called Neelkant. So the story starts from there. First, it isn't believed that he is a Neelkant. Then the story begins with small incidents. Then he meets Sati, the daughter of the emperor of Meluha. He marries her with a lot of struggles actually, because Sati was from a group called Vikrama, which were cursed to be. They were cursed. If I spoil the story, it will not be enjoyable for you. So, this book is mainly about how Shiva found Sati and how his journey for Meluha was. And the Meluhans were called Suryavanshi, I will tell you this, Suryavanshis, and the other part of other people were called Chandravanshis. So they were enemies. टक्कर होती थी उनके बीच में. So the first book is about how he'll discover all the things about Meluha and Meluhans and also Chandravanshis. And the second book is The Secret of Nagas. So this book is basically about Sati's sister Kali, who is a Naga. So you will not understand by it. So you literally would want to read this book. I really recommend. I have never read any Indian author. Like I have read a few, but not someone like Amish. So the way he has written the mythology, it's pure fiction. Obviously, it's not the true story of Shiva. It's fiction, but obviously the characters are same. Nandi, Kartik, Ganesh, Sati, Shiva, and all characters are same. Additional characters are there too, and they are the main characters of the story. This book basically revolves around how Shiva discovers himself and proves himself as a Neelkant to people. People do believe him, but still there are some people who don't believe him. So he meets some people, the people who were told to be bad, the Nagas were the bad for Meluhans. So the viewpoint is changed after Shiva meets the Nagas. So the story takes turn in the end when Shiva's one friend of Shiva's dies. It completely takes a turn, and Shiva is devastated that how can he die like that? He had promised him that he would help him to find the secret of Somaras and all. So this story then continues to the third book. Actually, I will tell you a thing. I brought these two books in 2019. I read them in 2019, I guess in a week. I was so enthused by the story that I couldn't stop reading it. I completed these two books in a week, and I didn't bring the third book by the third book because I heard reviews like the third book wasn't that good, and you would be disappointed after reading the third book. So I was like, no, I don't want to spoil my the beautiful experience of two books. So I thought that I won't read the third book. But I bought this book earlier in this year, and oh my god, that was the best decision I had taken. Like, literally, I am regretting that why didn't I bring this book at that time only. Nevertheless, I brought it now, and I read it also late. Like, I brought it in December or January. I read it in June and May and June. So yeah, this book, The Oath of Vayuputras, is basically about Shiva competing with evil. So how he tackles the evil, and the main plot twist is in this book. Whoever said that they didn't like this book, how did they even say that? I don't know, because this book is so interesting. I literally cried 3 times while reading this book.
Flashback.
Okay, I wanted to film this because I am crying, and I am crying because this particular scene in this book.
End of flashback.
And like in when you come for chapter 20, from chapter 20 or 23, the twists and turns are so like unimaginable. When you read a book, you can predict something like this can happen, but it after that 20 chapter, it was like, okay, the situations may change or may not change, but after after like 40th chapter, it was a total turn. Like, I didn't expect that turn, that it would happen, and I literally cried for half an hour after reading that part. My nose was running after reading that. It's written so beautifully. Even the war scene, war actually doesn't happen, but some scenes are there. Oh, I spoiled it. Sorry. Okay, the war actually doesn't happen, but some scenes do happen where clashes are there, and those scenes are written so beautifully. You can imagine it. Like in the movies, we can see the images, and if you read them, you literally can imagine those scenes happening. It's like written incredibly. I loved it the way it was written. And the main thing was the ending. I didn't expect it all, that it literally took a 360 degree flip, man. I didn't expect that at all. But worth a read, worth a read. I would totally recommend this Shiv Trilogy. Please read it if you love fiction. And this book is mainly written on the basis of Jaya, which is also called Mahabharata. So it has a plot something like that. Um in this book, you will understand in this one, third part, that um, how अरे वो कौन थे यार, मैं भूल गई. अरे Bhishma Pitama, yes. How Bhishma Pitama, even after knowing what is good and what is evil, he has to stand with the evil because he has given oath to his mother that he will protect his motherland. Right? So he has to be with it. Same way in this story, a character Parateshwar is there, and his build up is so nicely done. From the first book, his build up is so good. His character has been so well written, and in the last he does the same as Bhishma Pitama. He knows that he has to be with the Lord Nilkant. He want to be with him, but he the Lord Rama's will is that even if even if anything happens, you should the dharma say that you should be with your motherland. So for that sake, he even says to Lord Nilkant that I don't want to go. Obviously, he doesn't want to go because where God is, why would he want to leave the side of God and go to the opposite side? But obviously, dharma is dharma. Like Bhishma Pitama had a oath, same Parvateshwar had the same oath, so he had to go to the other side, even if it was the evil side. So yes, this was the journey of Neelkant discovering himself, and the characters are so good. There are many characters in this except the main characters, the Shiva's family, main family of Shiva. Except main family of Shiva, there are many more characters in this. Some of names you must have heard of in the history. So yeah, totally recommended. You must read it if you literally love mythology and fiction. Fiction too. It's really so good. I totally recommend it, and I literally give this 5 stars. It's really so good. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you liked the video, and if you liked it, please hit the like button and share it with your friends and families. Also, subscribe to my channel. I'll meet you in my next video. Bye bye.